Так. Okay, so today let's draw motorcycle in different angles. Так. Let me check. Okay, it's here. Так, let me know if sound is okay. So in first video about motorcycle, I was talking about how to draw it, like it's more like concept art, so it's like just draft. And in this video I'll talk about how to draw it like more artistic way, so with 3D blocks. So here is motorcycle, this kind of vintage 1952 I think. Yes, so and we can see interesting proportion. It's not 1.5 wheel in between, it's like one or even little smaller than one. You see here in the middle, even smaller than one wheel. Very interesting. So also in this motorcycle very interesting rear end. It's kind of rigid rear end, this thing, so it's like you see it's not moving, but in same time we have moving rear end like this. Here it's have axis, so it's moving. So this fork on a rear fork connected to wheel, and this plunger shock absorber, this plunger suspension, you see, is connected to this fork. So it's very interesting nuance here. So later maybe I will talk about all details. First I just break down this rear end because kind of interesting complex area. Так. So let's see here. Anyway, so it's like this one element of rear end here. It's this fork, which is like a very standard thing. Can check more nuance. Yeah, it's interesting. Like, so it's like round here pipe, and then here it will be more flat. Kind of this. So here's this axle. So this kind of axle on which this wheel is attached, right? So and second part of a rear end, it's this plunger. It's called plunger suspension. It's kind of vintage, old style. There, second. So this bottom part of this plunger is connected to this fork. And then here we have this top and bottom for plunger. Maybe a other color. So it's kind of this rigid rear end is like part of a frame. It's connected to this kind of clamp of plunger. So this so you see kind of right how it works. So this front for a front fork, so here's handlebars, right? Then this axle for a front fork, it's this frame, which is like this two-dimensional. It's just kind of this like rectangular pipe. And here in this area we have double pipe because we need to place wheels there, right? And here on the bottom is kind of this thing also to make it double. So then from this part it goes like this. So and here this two sink and a plunger inside. Okay, so and then here we have this fork. This fork attached to axle for on which wheel is rotated. And plunger attached to fork. So this is kind of interesting, this relationship here, connection kind of. Then we can see also this passenger seat. Passenger seat is above wheel, like right in the top of wheel, and we see this kind of structure here to support the seat. So hello Gabriel. So it's like this, we have this go here, and from here it goes here, and we have this kind of frame on which is placed this passenger seat. So it's kind of most complex part here in the construction of this motorcycle. So idea is like, I draw this motorcycle first time and I look at it, and it's, for me it's like, wait a second, I'm not sure how to draw this thing, right? So I will spend some time to break it down for myself, to understand how parts connected, how they related. So I can sit and draw some this kind of sketches to clarify for myself, and also to experience, get some experience how to draw all this stuff together. And sometimes can draw like 10 pages of this stuff, you know, like it will never too much. That's why it's kind of idea, right, of fuel, kind of fuel for you to draw, to be artist, is this kind of passion. And passion, it's your interest. So like you might be like maybe little hook to challenge, and you want to challenge yourself, like say, like I will not give up until I really break it and understand what is this and how to work, how to draw this thing. Or maybe you just enjoy process. Anyway, like more you work with this thing, is better for quality, and it's important to have this clarity. Without clarity, no quality, you know. So it doesn't mean like you always need to draw every detail. It means you know like how it works. You know, when you draw something, you know why you draw it there, or why you avoid this, like why you exclude or include things. So also, yeah, also we can make this just simple side projection, side view. So just simple, again, to help me understand, quickly kind of understand proportions and relationship. So here, it's like we're using always a motorcycle wheel as a model, so we can break, like usually don't need to break it more than 4. So it's like we have 1 wheel and quarter of wheel. So here is length is 3 wheel in total. Then often this H will be like this quarter H. Right, so it's kind of general pattern here. So, and then within this pattern you can place the stuff. So let me see. Yeah, so here will be this frame. No, here will be fork, and frame will be a little inside, because we have this kind of, like I say, in a sport bike fork, it's like this. It's called triple tree clamp, right? So we have 2 fork, 2 suspension, 2 shock absorber, and we have this connection in the middle. And some other motorcycle like this, in this case, will have this not in one line. It can be like more farther from each other, so we will have this kind of shape. So this this axle, this frame here. So we have this kind of, so we have this from side view shock absorbers, and here it's the axle, this axle, which is part of frame. So this axle is little extended from fork. So then I look how it's related here. So it's kind of little lower than middle of wheel. Maybe I make it too high. Yeah, so it's again always good to do it on a side view, so you can quickly see. Okay, it's kind of like this. So here, this lamp. Front light. So this 3D model is from Sketchfab. So, and as always, you know, you need some reference, like artists, like animators, comic book artists, anyone, they always use a reference. And if you draw for some time from reference, for some real motorcycles, from real life or from photo or from 3D model, or maybe you have some like a mini copy like of a motorcycle at home, then after you draw it couple times, you will have some memory of it and you can draw it without reference. But still it will be more like in a sketch stage, on some like quick sketch and composition stage. But when you will need to finish, if you want to make some detailed work, anyway, it's better to have some reference. And like if you watch James Gurney, he also have it in a book. He even make like sculptures with a scene for his painting. So he plays lighting, you know, stuff. I know some artists who make 3D models in a Blender or in a where's like 3D Max. So they also can stage full scene. So they like even make like 3D models of people, all this stuff. So stage lighting, all these things. So remember this, like don't shy and afraid of reference. It's important. Okay, so let's make this kind of situation. Let's say so will be like 5-point perspective here. Also I have like collection of reference in my account there. Так, cat. Again, my cat is so annoying. Some improper perspective grid. It's just based on a 5-point, but then it's just my own perspective grid. So let's make like one. What's this? One motorcycle here. Wow, so strong. No, I just not wake up yet. Better not experiment, just make average perspective grid. So it's that like this. So as long as we use here, you see this ratio is like 3 here and 6 here. So I can just kind of eyeballing about this ratio here. So will be 3 wheels like this. So it's like one box here. Second box here. This box number 3. Так. Yeah, I think like let's do the same, just 4 for example. So it's like you can first make this box like in previous tutorial with the boxes, and now with these boxes it's helped me just to put some more boxes inside. It's like somebody say, imagine like, is this your box for delivery, and you just pack stuff inside this box. So now I need to put motorcycle inside, but still I work with primitives. First is more basic 3D shapes. So it's like this. Because working with this kind of basic shapes is just a way how to keep it kind of keep it fluent without being too much like a draftsman with a ruler and sit calculating. No, I will better make some wrong line and then little adjust it. So this will be in the front, this will be okay. So now put ellipse inside. So this one so this will be rear side here. So check engine thickness. So it's kind of engine here. Then we have gas tank. So here will be fork, here plungers, this connected, plunger connected to frame, like this. Yeah, I will give you a link in the chat. So here's motorcycle. So you can look at yourself. So it's kind of it's like 3D Pinterest. They have a lot of 3D model. You can buy their model to put in a Blender. You can use for animation, whatever. But for us artists, just to look, let's say, just this 3D viewer is already very useful. Так. Yeah, sure, welcome. Так, so here's, so this like driver's seat, this passenger seat, here is front fork, here is front light, this will be mudguard, and this wheel. So here engine, and here will be front. So like if you know Scott Robertson, so if I have this square here, this x-axis will be like minor axis for ellipse, so it should be like this. Same here. So here we have quarter height. So it's like fork direction. Then here it's a frame. This flat frame go like this. Then it divides to plungers, right? So have these plungers here. So here is gas tank, here is seat and passenger seat. Here's engine. And exhaust pipe. So here, I hope it's visible. It's like feels a little muddy here. So and here you see if this minor axis is this direction, here curvature goes this direction. So minor axis go into opposite direction. So ellipse also in the opposite direction. So this kind of is like little like I say, it's like more fluent, less serious kind of draftsman. Just to show different approach. It's more like you more usually will use this kind of approach when you want like quickly, fluently draw some motorcycle. Here. So this kind of, you see again like a sequence. What is sequence? I have an understanding of elements, then I make like overall area where how it's located in the space, and it's like in the form of box, of course. Then within box I start to put these elements, and in this process when I start to put these elements, here is a lot of overlap, and I start to realize like what is actual situation, because I cannot draw all these details. Like in some views they're totally like many of them will be overlapped, covered, or very much like diminished, so it will be like I can only imply sometimes on it, right? So this situation when I start to put these objects like one plus other one, and I see like, you know, like making composition, like combining these objects together, these elements, and I start to see, okay, what is actual situation, because this situation is not perfect. They will not all be perfectly presented. So it gives me this understanding what I will draw in later. So now I have this like quick establishment, like composition, you know, composition sketch. And then next I will start to, I can use again pencil to make it more clear if I want, if I need, or I can just start inking and clarifying the process, these details. So I kind of keep looking on a reference if I need to some clarity. So like for example, what is happening here, because it's also interesting node here, like in the rear side, right? Here it is like these things, your ability to break it, to break it down, to analyze how they connected, how like it's like assemble, right? How this assemble structured, it will be in the quality of your work. Because if you just like, oh, it's like this, there's no many clarity. Okay, it's 80% of artists doing this stuff, and you will just like sink in the flow of this like vague, uncertain drawings, and we can always see like how stand out this artist who have this kind of how's called audacity, kind of, right? So who have this attention and dedication to details, not like kind of draw every screw in every hook and all the stuff. No, detail is unique assemble kind of. It's like unique kind of figure out this unique construction, unique structure, you know. So this is what we need to focus at. So because here, like, also teach yourself to look on a whole this thing, like look at this, like it's so beautiful, right? It's like very complex, it's very interesting design, and like have so many parts in it, and like dynamic structure, all this stuff, so cool. And then in same time you should to see this beauty and any elements of it. So I look, let's say, on this assemblance, right? And more I look at this, I realize how interesting just this part alone. Like, let me show you. So you need to practice, train your brain for this kind of quality, to be able see it as a whole and every particular part as beautiful in itself, kind of like interesting in itself. In that case, you will create like multi-level kind of multi-level interesting composition, whereas like you go in, you look in part, it's interesting, you look in whole, it's interesting, and there's many level to it, because like you make every part as interesting on its own, and then when they all together, it's like blowing mind, you know. So let's look at this, for example, right? Just, wow, it's so cool. It's look like it's kind of like a space station here, you see. So we have this kind of thing. Then oh, and this spikes, it's even like in current moment is beyond my ability, but let's just imagine like if you can also put the spikes, it's absolutely mind-blowing. So you see like what kind of music inside this thing, right? So, and we have this on this side, and we have on the other side. So like this. So even this small particular thing have so many potential to kind of impact, kind of, you know, to make this like artistic impact. Yeah, welcome, Gabriel. What is x2? So, and then here, this one, look, it's like, whoa, so cool. Like, what is that? What is that? So it's like architectural Boolean operation here. This kind of thing. What is this? Let's see. So, and this is like a sketcher, right? If you build it in perspective, like structurally, it will be really work. It will have this like cool, like a mandala form, like kind of little, you know, meditative. So, and here we have this thing. To this, like on the top here is connected a mudguard like kind of support for mudguard. And here too, look, other part of mudguard, right? And here we have, so it's like shock absorber here. So let's say so it's like this ISS space station. So it's like, just for example, you know what I mean? And this is just one small part here. So when we draw, instead of just like, okay, motorcycle, you know, instead of doing this thing, it's much better always to find this individual quality in this character, how they look. So this kind of requires this analysis, like little mathematical approach. And to be honest, everybody just lazy to do this. It's not, you don't need to have like supervision for this, like some talent and anything. No, you need to have this like maybe little training for yourself, to push yourself for some time to not be lazy. And then more you do it, more easier will be for you. So then it will be look like you always able to do this. But no, before it was always hard. Before it feel like kind of little unnatural and annoying at the beginning. But then it's really important quality, how to work with actual like how to make something which is have like some interesting qualities inside, instead of some lazy kind of random vague kind of uncertain stuff, you know. Ah, okay, this X2. Okay, some comment jargon. Same like this. I look this thing, right? So this I don't want to draw. No interest in. Like this I will ignore. But I like how this shock absorber, it looks like you see. So here, let's see. There's kind of this swing here, not very clear. Okay. And it's also interesting, this kind of, all this analysis, this breakdown is something like ideal kind of. But here, like when you make actual like drawing illustration, whatever, it's a real situation. So, and then don't be frustrated if you cannot draw it exactly as you expected. It's like you cannot show all these details. Kind of be ready for this. And also like more drawing, more experience will also they also help you to be a little humble with this thing and understand like there is certain like kind of limit. Always a limit. You will never draw as you want. It always will be little less than you expected. So, and then when you improve your your expectations improve too. It's like you know, like this, like 10 years ago I was dream to draw like I draw today, but today I'm like really frustrated with my level. Just kind of remind yourself and don't be frustrated too much. Keep it like balance somewhere in the middle. Oh cool, I can make comments on a screen. Let's try it. Meow meow. Meow meow meow. Так. Meow meow meow. So here also interesting. Oh, so cool clamps. It's like something like this. So here is a handlebar going here. There's two clamps like this. And also kind of I always remind, this is not art right now. It's a learning process. So I just practicing drawing motorcycles, and you also remember, like, don't treat it all the time like you are making art, and it's like it should be like part of art history, you know. No, now it's important is to kind of learn how to draw motorcycle, get some more experience, learn how to draw details, how to draw in perspective. So it's a lot of work, a lot of aspects you're doing right now, and don't put even more pressure on it, thinking about it like you need to make it some kind of like in a special style, or like some special meaning in it, or like individual quality. No, I mean, you can also of course put these parameters too if you want to practice them, but do it deliberately. Just don't do it all together because you just feel you need always make art for exhibition, kind of, you know. Separate like study and creative process, because later when I will draw a motorcycle just for creative process, I can choose to draw it wrong. I can choose to distort proportions, to change details, to kind of make it more wobble and crazy, because I feel I wanted to make it more kind of in a certain way, and this will be more important than make it proper, because nobody will sit with a ruler and check every element and say like, oh, he's really draw everything correctly here. No, nobody care. Just make it cool. Just make it work. And this like what you do when you make kind of creative work. We just, with this study, with this practice and learning, we increase in quality of our creative work. So when I will draw creatively, kind of, I will have like more tools in my hands. Still, if I want, I will check reference if I need, but be accurate to reference will be not my like main concern, you know. Так. And right now, like I also, like I say, because it's realistic expectation, and I kind of expect to make it close to reference about 80%, at least no more than 80%, that's for sure. But maybe it will be a good practice too if you will try to make us like super close to reference. Might be good practice. Так. Here also some. So this in this engine here, it's 2-stroke and 2-piston engine. So you see these 2 exhaust pipes, they're going from each piston. So it's like this, right? They have like 2 pistons moving there, and here also this element is kind of box here, this carburetor, this air filter, this kind of fuel sink, I don't know how to say. It's like chamber here with this thing. And on the other side is battery. So it's kind of also treated as a array, like assemble of geometric objects. It's like some pipes, tubes and boxes. Oh, it's kind of like about how long I get to my level. It's kind of very hard to talk about this because I don't really know what is my level, and I don't know how much time exactly I've been working on my level, you know. Because like there is many, I've been making paintings, I work with oil painting, with acrylic, making murals on the canvas, and do a lot of different stuff. And if you skip this part, you will be faster improve with the sketch. So also some kind of background or environment also can help you improve faster. So it's kind of very, I cannot give you real answer kind of to this question. This is my point. I can say like from what age I've been drawing, but there was never like totally consistent drawing. Like consistent drawing maybe I have from totally consistent, like from 2011 maybe. Before it was like I draw and stop for some time and draw again. it should be actually like, maybe I will say this way, you ask wrong question for yourself, because you don't need level, you need exact like specific task, like what do you want to draw, and then just learn to do it. That's all. Don't chase some kind of level. Like if you will look like artists, look on internet and it's like, oh, they draw so cool, how can I get to their level? It's the wrong approach, totally wrong approach. If you want to work like artists, you look where you want to work, and you look what kind of requirements, what you need to draw for this, and draw the stuff. Draw for like you already work there, right? It's like you can watch interview Proco with Daniel Warren. He talk this very good. So he say like when he decide he want to be comic book artist, he just start to draw comic book like he go to work. So every day or like every week he did like 1 or 2 page for his web comic. So and just made it like work day. Just draw, and by doing it, by doing art required for your work you want to do, you start doing better, and then you get to the point when it's good enough to get commissions, to get this actual job, you know. This approach when you just want to get to some amazing level, when somebody like company will look at you, and or some billionaire will look at your art and will say like, oh, I want to hire you, or I want to buy your art. This approach is not efficient. it's like maximum low efficiency, most ineffective approach you can choose. Так. So it's like let's say like you watch, for example, this man on YouTube who making like fixing roofs, making motorcycles, and you look like, wow, how many time it took for them to become so cool masters, and I don't know, like be like look so cool, you know, this kind of like very very uncertain kind of idea, you know, like, oh, I want to be like them. Okay, so or maybe you will just go to garage and ask how to do motorcycles, like, or you reading books and stuff, like be more specific what exactly you want to do. So this way you will learn exact skill, and you will find actually it's in reality it doesn't look like you expected. In reality it's like it's always much more work than you expected. You see, like you need to do it like, let's say 5 times, but in reality it's 50 times. So expect to work more than you expect. This kind of definitely need to know. So if you want to improve in something, if you want to learn something, it's always happen. Like for me at least, it's like it's always happen in the moment when I do it I did so many effort and so many work. So it's just I roll in my eyes and just say like, of course I no wonder I became better in that thing, because like I don't know, like monkey will make better than me if after so many work, And I think this is reality how it usually happen. Crazy amount of work, and then you will get some real result. If you're not ready for this crazy work, like emotionally, let's say, right, then it's not for you. Don't don't look easy or comfortable job. Look job which you can do even if it's crazy hard. It's just like you don't want to do anything else. Then it's your job. Then it's like something for you. Because we always will be in the kind of this point, in this situation when we feel desperated, as like, oh my god, like I have no idea what I'm doing, I don't see any effect, like I do so many stuff and nothing happen, or like after so many study I still so bad, and you will able to get through this only if you really want to do this thing. If it's not so important for you, you will quit. So don't even begin if you're not ready for such kind of hard periods. And we can call them like hard periods, hard this like pressure times, but after, when you get through it. But if you didn't get through, then you never know. Then you will call it like it's not my thing, And I have some projects when I've been draw. It was freaking scary. It was super scary. I was like, I can do it, and I think I can do it, but when I start do it, I immediately lost all my confidence. I was like, oh my god, what am I doing here? I'm sure I cannot do it. I will like humiliate myself. Why I tell people I can do this job, And then after, like, I keep doing it. So it was exactly like in a proverb, like I was absolutely demotivated, like 99%, let's say, like, and I just keep moving. I just keep moving my hands. I just keep drawing. I just tell myself, just keep making marks, keep making lines, put this paint on the wall, and only after, like, in the end of this day, so almost all day of work with this such kind of stress, when it's like, oh my god, it's impossible, I cannot do this, why I begin this job. Only in the end of this day I look like how I just kind of feel this space. So it was totally empty wall, but then it's like a lot of stuff. It's like composition here, arranged everything, and I start to see how I can finish it. I look at this and I understand, yeah, I can finish this thing. And so this kind of thing. So if you're not sure you will get through long time of study. Then kind of it should be not problem at all. It will take as much time as it's need. That's all. Nobody ever know how much time you need to get to your destination, kind of. Так. Only important, just do it, and it's all what it is. It's just somebody do it. Most people don't. Most people, they just give up, and this is all. This main part about being artist is just about this. It's scary to do something from nothing. Just sit and start to make things. It feels stupid. You feel like, what am I doing? Am I crazy? Так. So, and most people, they just avoid this and say like, no, I will better find something easy. No, like easy, like maybe like more less risky, more obvious, kind of like everybody doing. So I will do like everybody. I will not doing what you plan for yourself, but rather doing looking to others and repeat for others, kind of this. Right, but if you live surrounded by professional artists, okay, it's a good idea to look for them. Then your others is kind of good, lucrative environment can help you become artist. And that's kind of definitely lucky situation. Or if your parents famous artist, same is kind of different situation. Then I will watch your video instead. Так. yeah, so I hope it's like my preaching makes sense. It's like I don't want, I'm not avoiding answer, just want to give some meaningful answer. It's like sometimes questions for musicians, like how they write their song, and I can see their song as like I don't know, it's like if you've seen movie Frank, it's just kind of a flow state, some bunch of gibberish, but they need to answer something, so they start to make up some stories about how they create their song, like what kind of meaning of the song, all the stuff, when it actually it's totally not how it made. It's a totally different approach for these songs. But if you will say how it actually made, nobody will understand. It just will be like make no sense at all. It's too kind of too specific. Oh, I forget handlebar. Wow. Okay, no problem. So same, like to answer like how many year I draw or stuff, it's required tell me, like tell my biography, you know. It's kind of very complicated. And not so important. Some kind of rooster exhaust. Can look. So it's always like forget what I want to say. So let's see next here on the top. So you can also see it's more important this approach to understand construction and understand what you draw and after draw, because it make you free from reference. You're not so much dependent on reference in this case. So like I can look motorcycle like this and draw it from this angle. I don't need to like copy it exactly, you know. Then it's totally different process. It's less creative when you copy. It's like you're not letting it through yourself. For us it's important, like more it comes through yourself, like kind of let's say it's being like your own vision, your own work, instead of representation, right? So, and if we take this idea to its core, to its maximum kind of, so then you approach everything, every reference, as inspiration and as like a bunch of information. So it's kind of information for you, and you choose how to apply this information. And like you take this information like ingredients, and you cook your own dish with these ingredients. When you are not break it down to ingredients, you're not cooking your own dish. You just like heating it, you know. You just take this dumpling and you just warm them up. That's it. It's not your work. You cook ready-made food. Just warm it up. That's all. So when you kind of with this approach, it's led you to like you can work with reference, you can work with like real life information, all these sources, and in same time be creative. Because for me, again, it's like for many years it was problem for me, kind of like how can I draw something for fun if I need to think about accuracy, right? Like how to draw it correctly, how to draw these details. Like when you start to think about this, you lost your flow, you lost this your kind of your voice, right? And answer to this is use reference as a bundle of information, bundle of elements, and you take these elements for your own sync. You're not taking like ready work. You're not taking like this photograph with this composition and everything. No, you look at this photograph like advice and the library. low rods. Так. Yeah, next month I will try to find stable time to make regular stream. Okay, draw this out. How many hours per day I spend for drawing? like 5, about 5 hour. Depends, sometimes like 10 hour, sometimes 10 hours, sometimes 3 hour. But like I said before, it's better treated like work day. So you begin in 8, finish like in 7. And of course you can draw somewhere like in the metro, all this stuff. You will forget to measure every time you draw, like calculate every minute. Interesting. How to build stamina to stay focused and keep drawing. Like, honestly, like I've been drawing many years outdoors, and to be focused when you draw outdoors much easier than when you draw at home or in a studio with internet. So I think like if you're able to off your internet, it will help your focus. That's for sure. I'm not always able to do this, like, because I don't know, I need to check reference, or I like to listen lectures, stuff like this. So to compensate it, usually I will listen some lectures or audio books. You can find some audio book you can try. You can listen them while you do this kind of drawing, so it doesn't require your your idea, right? It's more just you need to, it's like only part of brain work actually with this. Maybe first time you need to like all your brain, but when you do it like second, fifth time, all this stuff, it's you feel like half your head is busy, start to think about something, and to make it cover, like, let's say, kind of to control this bored part of my brain, I will listen some book. I just need to check if this align with my flow or not, because it might be like some light book, like it's kind of interesting to listen, but is not very heavy and not very detailed, maybe stuff like that. But when outdoors, I also listen music. Yeah, you can listen music. When outdoors, in general approach, I think is like, consider it's like a gym or marathon. So first it's hard to run like 10 minutes, then you can run for 30 minutes, then you can run for 1 hour. So you need to push yourself little, go little off your limit, but don't destroy yourself so you will lost all motivation. You need to you need to train your stamina, So like when I was in 2010, I remember I was drawing sketch, which is like, it's funny to level how I draw now. It was so simple for me. I spent about like 30-40 minutes maybe for this, and I was exhausted. I was like, oh my god, I so like, because you need to focus for 40 minutes, right? Like, and you like, if you're average person, like without any serious life experience, like without discipline, it's hard to focus for 40 minutes. It's like everybody problem, they just cannot maintain it. It's like a driving car on a high speed, and you need to like look for all this information while you're like controlling your car. You make sure it's not like you don't make a wrong move, right? So you need to make sure you will react if something happen, and also you make sure you're not like collapse and break and die kind of in the process. So first time it was like 40 minutes, it was super hard for me. Then I was keep doing it. After like 1 year I can do it, can draw like 1 hour 30 minutes. Then after like 1 year I was already draw like for 2.5 hours. Now honestly, like if I draw outdoors, I can kill myself drawing, you know, I mean it's like literally it's already this kind of situation when I will just draw forever, just until I completely collapse. Like I feel it right now like this. It's because something happened with your brain. Like it's like this marathon. You draw, you feel tired, and then like some chemistry in your body is like, oh, I have so much energy now, and you keep drawing, and then again you have this like influx kind of energy like every 30 minutes or every hour, and then like after maybe after 4 hours became not healthy. I think it's better don't draw longer than 4 hours non-stop, you know. It's not really because you feel like your nerve system is overwhelmed, exhausted. And after I was draw like one time in Hong Kong, I've been drawn 7 hours. I've been standing and drawing. I only have like water and chocolate, just like some chocolate bars, so it's just little drink and eat this chocolate, so it's like have some energy, and just standing and drawing for 7 hours. And after like I go home, I was really like little shaking, and it's kind of condition when I cannot relax and I feel super tired in the same time, you know. It's like you cannot sleep and you actually like not really awake. So it's kind of it's too much. So point here, dedication is like you're fine-tuning yourself. And again, like imagine like standing 7 hours, right? So I don't go toilet, I don't hungry, I don't want anything, I just like this been like built for years, like 5 years at least. So my like when I go outside, I take my paper pencil and I start draw. It's like switch for my brain. He immediately understand, okay, I know this guy, he start drawing, so I off everything and I only focus on the drawing, that's all. So this is really cool stuff, this is for sure. So I really like, I don't understand when I go see this artist who like, you know, like going to draw, like they go into picnic, like make everything comfortable, take some food, take some drink, and he like drawing, drinking, like sit in a super chair. It's like, oh my god, like are you really drawing or are you going for a party? Yeah, so just everything is a skill, that's all. So there's only questions like, do you really want it, do you really need it, or you just want to kind of think about it, like, oh, like I want to be artist, I want to draw and blah blah blah. No, if you want to really do it, start to, it's called contribution. You need to contribute, you need to invest. If you're not contribute, don't expect anything. Nothing will happen. It's like, you know, nothing in life will happen like this. You already have everything, you know. You have already so much, like that is like a miracle already. So if you want something more, okay, put something, and then you will have in return. Put some effort, put some struggle, invest, you know. So whatever, if you believe in God, okay, God will see your effort and he will like kind of, how to say, reward you, right? If you spiritual, okay, universe will react for your focus. It's like what you focus, that will multiply, kind of, you know, what kind of spiritual talkings and stuff, right? So if more you draw, more you, which direction you go, this direction will, like, you will discover more and more stuff in that direction. If you just like, you see this road, you put your feet on this road, and it's like, it seems too far. I don't feel like I have so much energy to walk like this far without kind of, I don't see 7-Eleven there. Like, I'm not sure I can do it, so I better go back home, kind of, you know, or this kind of stuff. If it's this attitude, of course you will get nothing from that. So it's kind of passion. Yeah, passion is good. Like it's like yeah, maybe also another metaphor. Imagine it's like a love. And what is love? How you understand it? I suggest always this idea, like love is not something you kind of possess, or it's not something you consume. You cannot consume love. You have it or not, so you already have it, right? So, but what you can do, you can care of it, and your work, your dedication, your contribution, this your response to love. So if you feel some love, some passion to something, when you contribute to it, it means you are care of this thing. You really kind of, you glad, and you want to do something in return, and then you will have more in return too, you know. So this kind of like this dialogue. If you only like want to get, and you not not in the mood, kind of, you know, to give back, kind of like, or to make your part, kind of, right? You're not in the mood, kind of. So don't expect anything. Maybe you will lost all your passion, all your love and stuff, like, because you don't know what to do with this. So it's kind of like I think how it works. So it's like, for example, like you with a girl, you fall in love with a girl, and you think like, okay, do I really good for her? What can I do to make her life better? You know, this is kind of real love. It's kind of real attitude, kind of, to it. I think like my friends, like, who became parents. Oh no, it's amazing. Like, no, if you also seen like small children, like when you like your family or your friends, somebody like have just newborn, it look like a miracle. It's just like, whoa, what's happened? Like, I never expected it's possible, kind of like human, like so small, and he just like just appear in the space, you know. and I see my friends, right, like, and they always change. They like, he was like one person, and when he have children, like became father or mother, he's like, oh, it's like different person. Like he is like if he's seen a miracle, kind of, right? So, and then is your part begin. What will you do with that? Will you be a good parent, or you just will kind of switch for next exciting experience, you know? Then, and that will be like kind of, you know, cheap thing to do, you know. So I think this is like really important attitude, just general idea of how we should treat world and everything. Yeah, I think it's really some kind of this internet is little too much already. I've been like my childhood, I was without internet at all, and then I kind of grow up in this period when we have this like first personal computers at home. It's really interesting. It feels like it was in a movie something from history book. Hard to believe it was my own life. Totally different time. And it was like my like early childhood, like I was maybe like 5-year-old, something like this. Yeah, like 5-year-old, 7-year-old, somewhere between there. And so it was yeah, it's like early 90s year, you know, 1990s kind of. And I get this moment when people everywhere was sit in the bench and talk, you know, just like our neighbor, everybody just go in the yard, everybody go outside, sit and talk to each other, like joking. You can hear like people laugh, you know, singing songs, playing games. It's like very alive, busy environment. Like, and then poof, it's happened after television, you know, when this color television appear. Okay, poof, everybody sit at home. So and now it seems people like go out only for organized events, you know, or like some kind of special trails. They say like, oh, there is shopping mall, go to shopping mall, and people like go to the shopping mall. It's kind of much less of kind of, I don't know, much less is outdoor kind of life. Oh, hello, Jesse. Oh, and I was also make sword from wood, like we was like cut wood and like play with swords and so a lot of stuff. I've been also okay. It's like I'm like old man. Start talking about childhood. So okay, so it's kind of this. Next time when we'll talk about angles, I will talk about more how to rotate it in some interesting, unusual angles. Also, it's interesting like to talk about different types of motorcycles, and like I'm making a book, and my book it's how many? Nine types. So I break down to 9 types. So here also my collection in this site, Sketchfab. You can see these 3D models. I'll give you in the chat now how to. Nani, okay. Jessie is like a French, like, okay, like, so, what else? Yeah, also, I have Patreon if you want to support, and there are also some stuff. Also, in the Patreon, if you go to like $8 every month, it's a Discord. You can go to Discord. Can show your drawings. I can make feedback, like, and I can make video for YouTube even with your drawing. So like kind of how to improve, some advice, this kind of stuff. Yeah. So what else? That's it. Yeah, and there also will be some materials. I have so many stuff, kind of interesting material, just don't know where to put it, and I put it in Discord. Like maybe you know this artist Red Sarchist, forget his name. He's from I don't know, anyway, he's like animator, and he have like amazing tutorials in old internet somewhere. I even forget website. It's something like a blogger, something like this, and there is so many like his pictures with tutorials about advice how to draw, how to improve in drawing. I just collect all this, put in PureRef. So I also put this stuff in Discord, and I have some bunch other PureRefs. So yeah, anyway, just can chat there and talk about art. Yeah. See you next video. Thank you for joining.